I think I jinxed it. I'm lost. Good morning. Welcome to a very special episode of Car and Bike. I'm your host Ninad, and today we are attempting an India Book of Record. With the Mahindra XUV400, we are going to try driving across the entire Rann of Kutch on a single charge. So we are not taking roads suggested by any navigation, and if my calculations are correct, we will be doing roughly about 330-335 kilometers. Now that may not be a lot for the 400, but here is the thing. About 25% is going to be driven on off-road, another 50% on really narrow country roads, and only the remaining 25% is going to be on relatively decent roads. But even then, we are in that part of the country where there's hardly any gradient change, so I'm not expecting much support from region. If I am able to do this comfortably, rest assured that the XUV400 is going to be a great companion for you anyway. This is where our journey really begins. The Little Rann. Little by no means, spread over 5,000 square kilometers. This place is notorious for mirages and marshlands. I really need to be careful or the chances of getting lost are really high. But then again, an open road and a fast electric car. What sort of an enthusiast would I be if I don't have little fun? Time to go fearless. Well, that was a lot of fun, but I can't really afford to do that. So let's get a little more serious, little more conservative. I have switched on the AC, the temperature has picked up. We are going to be driving for a couple of hours on this road. And while we continue to drive, here is a little bit of an interesting trivia. If you look at the map of Kutch upside down, the locals say that it looks like a tortoise. Kutch, as you would call it in Sanskrit. And that is perhaps where the name of this place comes from. People have known to be lost in this region for days. I mean, look at it, it's just the same sort of topography almost everywhere.
Today, of course, with navigation, it isn't that difficult. But there are marshlands here, with soft dust on top. Put some weight on it and you are going to sink. If I get stuck in one of those, I should just forget about the record, or even getting out of this place today.
I've been driving for over 3.5 hours now from the time we left from Bajana in the morning. We have roughly done 110-115 kilometers and we have just arrived in Adisar. I have consumed almost 40% of the battery already and I'm left with 60% with over 220 kilometers to go. But I think now the road is going to be a lot better. Most of it is going to be tarmac. There's just one small off-road section left, so I'm expecting it to be a smooth sailing. I think I've lost. Well, perhaps technically not lost, but I can see two sort of tread marks going almost in the same direction. But my problem is it has rained and there has been slush everywhere. So if I go on the wrong tread mark, I might just end up doing 5-10 kilometers extra, which I absolutely cannot afford to do. I think I'm going to go with my gut feel. I see a tiny dot there, which I think is my crew car. And and I'm going to follow this tread, hoping that I make it there. This place is unforgivable, endless, and yet so mesmerizing.
And fortunately, as it turns out, my gut feel was right. We are on our way to Dhulavira.
For the most exciting part of this journey, the road to heaven.
Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life.
The last leg of our journey. And what a journey it has been. The XUV400 hasn't given us a single chance to complain. It is like traveling back in time, but with an EV from the future. The ride, the handling, the comfort levels, performance, everything has been spectacular. We threw at it so many things. The dust, the marshlands, narrow roads, no roads, and all of this in this excruciating heat. What a day this has been. There it is, the White Rann.
Oh, I wanna stay right here. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life.
Alright, here we are. Well, it has been a long day and the XUV has been an absolutely brilliant companion through variety of terrains. The rugged SUV feel, the high ground clearance, a very comfortable cabin and absolutely spot on onboard computer that gave me all the data on the range and efficiency has ensured that we have made it here absolutely comfortably. We have done about 337 kilometers till now and I have left with about 5% of charge, which is good for another 10 to 15 kilometers. The plan is to drive from here to a hotel close by and charge overnight for a further journey. After a brilliant day like this, there is not much to contemplate. But there's just one question. Where do we head out next?